There we go, now I'm in focus. Hello, my name is Georgia Louise. I am a girl in fantasy. Welcome to my channel. I talk all things fantasy related, films, books, and artworks, but mainly films because I am a filmmaker and photographer. Welcome to my crazy journey. Sorry I didn't upload last week. I went to the Camden show, had a bit of heat stroke, and then for the whole week I was trying to edit those photos and videos, and I just got smacked with a head cold / a sinus issue. Here is my microphone for today. It is my bookmark, 30 Flirting and Thriving from Suddenly 30. You can get it on my Etsy at A Girl in Movies. That is my Etsy. You can check out this bookmark. I have other inspired bookmarks like Pretty Woman, Aquamarine, She's the Man, all inspired by chick flick movies from the early 2000s. But this week's video, because it is now autumn here in Australia, chilly air, especially today. So I thought today will be perfect to do the video for binge watching series. Binge watching series that I believe are the best series that everyone should binge and everyone should watch and have in their top 10 at least TV shows. Disclaimer, this is my personal opinion. You can leave a comments below if you like it, you don't like it. And even actually leave your comments below what is your top 5 TV series. For my personal preference and opinion, I have kind of categorized why I love certain shows. And so the first category / characteristic of a series overall, character development, I think is the biggest one, because you want to see characters grow and evolve and see where their journey takes them. The next category is emotional roller coaster. My favorite tropes are usually ones that are gripping, like star-crossed lovers, forbidden love. So I love heartbreak. I love heartbreak. Is actors' chemistry on camera and off camera. So we love seeing what fans can do with character chemistry and the fandom and certain ships and fan edits. I'm here for all of it. Like, give me my gem, aka YouTube crack videos for certain series. Hits. Fans are crazy and I love it. I worship crazy fans. I mean, to a point. The other characteristic is watchable / how bingeable is this series? Like, can you watch it multiple times? Top 5 is from 5 to 1. My top 1 will be right at the end. So number 5, Once Upon a Time. It just makes me smile. It just makes me smile. Literally a TV series based on storybook characters like the Evil Queen, Snow White, Prince Charming. They have like other extra characters like Mulan pops up for a couple of episodes. Cinderella pops up. So they do a lot of the stories we grew up and we know, but they obviously do it in their own unique way that allows for this story to flow in their unique world. So basically the premise of this series is the Evil Queen did not get her happily ever after, so then she made everyone in her kingdom not have a happily ever after with a curse that brought them from the kingdom, the enchanted forest, into reality. Yeah, so she brings them to reality and they don't have a happily ever after. In fact, time stops. For 28 years, time has stopped and no one really has their memories of who they used to be. They just have memories of who they are now. Like Snow White is called Mary Margaret and the Evil Queen is called Regina Mills. And so after 28 years, the daughter of Prince Charming and Snow White makes her unique way into their little town called Storybrooke, and things change. And I'm not going to tell you the rest because you have to watch it. You just have to watch it. It is fantastic. I love binge watching this series. It gives hope, you know, when it's dark and gloomy, the evil queen wants to ruin everyone's lives, and then Snow White is like, I will fight for you. Believe me, if someone hurts you, I will fight for you. And there's always hope at the end of the tunnel. From season 1 to season 3 are the best. And then it kind of goes a little wonky. It goes a little wonky and funky. But that is the show. It's so campy. It's so campy. The actors, and this is why the category is actors' chemistry on camera and off camera. Well, first off, Prince Charming and Snow White, aka Jennifer Goodwin and Josh Dallas, are married in real life, which gives the show so much more meaning with their characters, but also just like everyone's character, because the cast is fan-freaking-tastic. I've seen so many behind-the-scenes footage of them just with a green screen, not really knowing what it's gonna look like or what is happening, because a lot of it is just like green screen stuff, unless they're in Storybrooke and then it's like a real town. They just give it their all, and that's what I love, especially in a show that's so silly and goofy and campy. They just give it all they've got, and that's why we love it. For the character development, throughout the whole thing, a lot of them don't really have character development, but it's still interesting to see when they do flashbacks and when they do like in the present time how different Snow White is, especially her, but also Evil Queen Regina has the best character development in the entire universe. The way that her story starts and ends, I don't even know. I worship it. Gina Mills is legendary. Her character development throughout 7 seasons, but obviously the last season they had to do it big to give her a closed circle of her character development. I think the other one for me is Rumpelstiltskin, aka Mr. Gold. His character development reminds me of Cole from Charmed, where it's like he wants to be a better person, and he does for like a few episodes, and you grip that and be like, he's about to do it, he's gonna change and be a good person, and then they just like, nope, psych, he's still evil. And it goes like that for another like 2 more seasons, but then he gets redemption. He gets that redemption. Y'all gotta watch it. I'm just straight up, you gotta watch it. Okay, moving on to the next one. My 4th. It would have been higher. The only reason it's not, same with the next one, my number 3, is because I can't watch it again. I would do anything to sit there and rewatch Teen Wolf, because I tried rewatching it recently. I just know too much. I know way too much of what these characters go through that I don't want them. I don't want them to go through it again. I don't want my babies to go through it. Especially when season 1 is like, they're young, you know, the actors were very young. And then season 7, when they're like in their mid to late 20s. And you're like, the first season they were babies. And you know what they go through. And you just, I don't want to watch them go through what they're about to go through. So it is bingeable. Like, it's a great bingeable series. Don't get me wrong. If you can get through the emotional roller coaster of what this show is, you can watch it again. It's fine. You can watch it again. It just hurts a little bit more deeper, you know? It cuts a little bit. in the heart. Teen Wolf was a whole game of its own when it first came out. Dylan O'Brien, Tyler Posey, they were in a game of their own when this series came out, you know? And the amount of crack videos that are on YouTube, go watch them. Then thank me later. Because that is what I did when I was like 15 watching this series. Was I 15? Yeah. Feels like a long time. That was 10 years. Oh my god, that was 10 years ago. I'm aging myself. That was 10 years ago? Just watching crack videos of Teen Wolf. And it's not only that, it was also the behind the scenes crack videos and memes from the cast. Because again, actors' chemistry on camera and off camera. There's a lot we can love about a series by the cast, by the crew, how much they love working on the series. We love it even more. Of course, the character development is beyond this world. The emotional roller coaster of what this series did. And okay, I forgot to say, the premise of this show is about a teen boy named Scott McCall, and he got attacked by a werewolf. Now he turns into a werewolf. Not in the 80s version. They made him sexier in this one because we love Jeff Davis. Jeff Davis' creative mind of Criminal Minds. If you've seen that series, that's also an honorable mention. It's bingeable, but be warned, because it's about serial killers and stuff, like profiling. Don't spend your weeks watching it back to back, because I have done that. And I've regretted doing that because now I struggle to sleep at night sometimes, okay? Things go bump in the night. Let's just say that. Motel California plays in my mind rent-free. I wish it will pay me rent, because every time I think of Teen Wolf, I think of Motel California, and then I can't continue my day. I just can't continue. So moving on to the next one, The Originals. The Originals is a spin-off series from The Vampire Diaries, and basically it is about the original vampire family, the Michelsons, their misfortune of love, because they were raised a certain way in like the 15th century, and they didn't really understand love or have love, so they kind of ruin everybody else. And it's about family, and it's about hope, and, you know, vampires, werewolves, witches. What can you not love? An emotional roller coaster from season 1 to season 5. It has taken me on a wild journey of what writers can do to characters, and they do not give a flying F about the audience, which is okay. It's okay when they do that, but I don't like and I don't appreciate when writers take it out on the character. Depends on what happens behind the scenes. There is a series I will mention that the producers and writers, frustration from the actor out on the character just to get the actor off the show. And I don't appreciate that. That's what I don't like. Because you want to respect the character. Like, please give the character the right justice with whatever they're going through. And so something happens in this last season of the show that I'm not okay with, and I still don't know why they would do that choice, and I still question things about the series. I prefer watching The Originals over Vampire Diaries. They didn't know where they were taking the stories, they didn't know what they were doing with their characters. I feel like the actors were just there saying the words, but The Originals kind of skyrocketed. they knew exactly where they were taking the story. They knew exactly who these characters were, their flaws, especially their flaws. And they made it so well. Marcellus is a masterpiece of a man. I'm just going to say that. Marcellus is a masterpiece of a man. I love Klaus. I love the family, especially like the brotherhood. The premise of the originals and being able to give Klaus Michelson redemption for all of the horrific things he has done since like the 16th century. Outstanding. It's outrageous and insane, but it is poetically beautiful. And he has a daughter named Hope. Her storyline with Caroline / Alaric's children, daughters, were able to do another spin-off called Legacies, which also that was so much fun. It was so campy. It was great. I love the characters. I love the storylines. I love the cast dynamic off camera. Like, their chemistry was fantastic. I don't know why the show ended, but I'm glad they were able to end and not just get cancelled and be done with it. Actually, each of the series got a beautiful ending except the Vampire Diaries. Don't at me at that. I mean, you can at me at that. Leave your comments down below, because let's fight, because I think that was the worst series ending, and I will compare it to Supernatural. She went there. Supernatural also had the worst ending. I will get back to that. It was poetic. I felt like every episode or like every season is a poem of some kind, and I loved it. You should love it. You should all watch it. Here we go. My second one is One Tree Hill. Now, this one has no fantasy whatsoever. It is no fantasy. But what it does have is outrageousness. Like soap opera type of drama sometimes. And you know what? I kind of appreciate that. It can be a drama in itself and then have little glimpses of something chaotic. And that's kind of what I loved about this series. It's definitely bingeable. I've watched it so many times because every season there's a lot of characters on the show, and so a lot of them go through stuff. You know, it starts with high school and goes into adult life. And I started watching it while I was in high school after the series ended. Even now, being 25, and I travel to London and I've done stuff. But you know, you go back to certain shows like this where they kind of help you realize, yeah, you're 25. You still have like a million years left. You still have so much time to do things. There's no need to rush. And that's why I love this series, because all of these people are just like regular people with certain chaotic characteristics and like certain insane situations. But you have life lessons and you're able to connect and be relatable to certain characters or certain moments. Like, I think I relate to Haley, but there are glimpses where I feel like I'm a Peyton or a Brooke. So, you know, it's definitely relatable. Emotional recosta. Not as much as the other series that I've mentioned. Do have certain storylines where it's very gripping. Season 4, a series to do this so early on, like early 2000s, and it's still to this day a really big issue in America for high schoolers. We need this circulating. We need to keep being aware. They've got a podcast, Drama Queens. I listen to that. So yeah, they've got chemistry off camera. The chemistry on camera is fan-freaking-tastic. I love it so much. I wish I had friends like them in high school. The chemistry is like lifelong friends, man. Love their banter, their small quirks. If you just want to sit and watch something fun, slightly intense. I had to fix the camera because the light, it's very cloudy now. Like I said, it's great time to talk about series that are bingeable emotional roller coasters. I love emotional roller coasters. That's the only roller coaster I'll get on. I don't do theme parks, but I can sit and watch someone rip my heart out. That's totally fine. Make me laugh, make me fall in love with these characters, and then rip my heart out, stomp on it, and I'll say thank you. Before I get to my number one TV series, I thought I should mention some honorable TV shows. The 100, Supernatural's an honorable mention, is called The Way Home, and it's actually still running. It's a series that's still running on Hallmark. Season 3 of The Way Home. Chef's kiss. It is perfection. I love this series so much. I get so excited. I literally scream at the TV. This series is about 3 sisters who find out they're witches and try to balance life and demon hunting by growing up, because it's from season 1 to season 8. Yeah, so they, go through love interest after love interest. They have love triangles. They have forbidden love. There's a lot of stuff. It is an emotional roller coaster. This series definitely hits all of the characteristics that I believe make a great series. The only thing is the actors' chemistry off camera. There's more scandals than there is good news. But they do have a podcast where they're re-watching the series. So it's called House of Halliwell on Patreon. They did have a little bit on like the iTunes podcast section, but now they're back on Patreon where you can listen and put like your input in. They have live watch parties. It's great. I love being a part of this fandom, this community. House of Halliwell, Drew Fuller, Holly Marie Combs, and Brian Krause. They talk about the series and behind the scenes and re-watching the beloved series. R.I.P. Shannon Doherty. Because the series was like one of those daytime TV shows, back in the very early 2000s, have like an overall storyline for each season like we're used to having with like the streaming services, but they still have each episode in itself has an emotional roller coaster where characters have to go on the hero's journey. In filmmaking terms, hero's journey, or I guess English as well. If you learn English in class, stay in school, kids. A hero's journey is at the start. The hero is at a point, and then there's a quest that the hero needs to go on to get to the end goal. But there are obviously obstacles standing in their way, and so each episode kind of follows that. And so you get character development throughout one episode, one standoff episode. But then after season 6, when Drew Fuller comes into it, aka Chris Halliwell from the future comes into it, that's when they start an underlying subplot that takes over the entire series, which I appreciate. Not gonna lie, like I do like standalone episodes because they're nice and easy to watch, like whenever. Like Friends, you can constantly rewatch Friends a million times, but I do like having the underlying subplot. I think that's what shows miss these days. They don't have multiple subplots. A lot of it is just one thing over the course of 8 episodes, and it's kind of boring. Give me multiple things happening all at once with multiple character dynamics. That's what I want. That's what I love to see. I think I've talked enough about Charmed. I have an episode in my channel about making an inspired Charmed TV Bible that you guys should check out if you like Charmed, or if you want to know more about Charmed. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are, what you like to see from me. Peace out.